Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to NDB Media's Trekking Across the Universe here on the NDB Media Network. Today is December 22nd, 2024, and what a glorious way to wrap up the weekend. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Don't forget to hit ndbmedia.net. If you follow down the bottom, you'll find several of the sites that we're on. I implore the audience as we get going. I need likes on the Facebook page. Trekking Across the Universe, please. I need to get to 100, believe it or not. So I implore, I am in need of a force favor. I just made that up, sadly. I need likes on Trekking Across the Universe, please. So I'm Roger, otherwise known as Palpatine. Good evening, Sir Michael. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm just waiting to see what comes out of the brush that's behind me. You never know.
One never knows.
No.
If there was a bit of mist, maybe we could see some animal coming out from there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't
Where
know.
is that from, Michael?
It's actually a photograph one of our guests took.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I zoomed in on part of it. So, yeah. And I used it when I had him on the show, and I don't think he noticed it.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I haven't told him yet. I keep putting it off. I got to tell him. I said, I'm using one of your pictures as the background.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah,
Well, that is cool. Folks, let's get to this. Of course, Trekking Across the Universe, we're reviewing Star Wars Skeleton Crew. And tiny programming note, we finished Lower Decks. We will be reviewing the weekend of January 24th, 25th, and 26th. We will most likely be reviewing Section 31, the movie from Star Trek, that weekend. We'll see. Maybe the weekend after, but it's looking good right now that we are going to be reviewing that one. And Star Wars Andor is on calendar. So the debut is April 22nd. We will be reviewing, I guess, Sunday night again, right, Michael?
Not sure. Don't say anything yet until we figure it out.
Tentatively, that's what I'm looking to do. Sunday night review, but it can change. Stay tuned. But folks, there's a lot of programming on the network. I have to reserve the dates in advance. I never thought that yours truly would have to do so. But we'll see. There may be a change in the schedule, but as of right now, tentatively, we're set to go the weekend of the 27th, and we'll see. But that may change. All right. Can't say that I remember No At-Atten, Episode 4, Year 1 of Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Of course, this is created by Christopher Ward and John Watts. This episode was written by Christopher Ward and John Watts, and it was directed by Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. One of the longer episodes. Of the 4 episodes, this has the second longest runtime. What it is, I think it's about 38 minutes. The premiere episode was 48 minutes, and the other 2 have been under 38. So this is the second longest in runtime. It begins with an autopilot landing on At-Atten.
No. The fake At-Atten.
The fake At-Atten. So, yes. So what do you think, Michael? Let's just get into it. Look, this is a very simple episode. I have the shortest amount of notes that I've ever taken in my life for any episode ever. Folks, there they are. That's it. Those are my notes for the episode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 sentences. Not that it was a bad episode, just as relatively easy. I could do it beat by beat. They're passing what seems to be barriers and they're coming in for a landing. All of a sudden, the autopilot takes over. They come in. The kids discover a ruined old cityscape. Looks like home, but it looks similar. They recognize it, but as they themselves say, whatever happened here happened a long time ago. The kids come across 2 inhabitants. They're taken to their school building look-alike, and they meet more inhabitants. Their children are treated as adults. And of course, as the quote was, we help them help themselves, and we welcome children. Kids begin to train as warriors. Kids are sent out as warriors. I'm a scout ahead. John returns and brings the herd and trades for the kids. Daughter takes them to the fallen sanctum, similar to the supervisor's building, and there they find the coordinates for all of the prized worlds of the Republic. Sans one, right, Michael?
Yeah. Except the one that's been blasted out at the address.
Yes.
Of course, that's at Atten. So.
But it was SM-33 that did it, right?
Yes.
Apparently, they'd been there.
They've been there.
SM-33 had been there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, it's interesting, though, that he blasted the coordinates, but they made it to Atten.
Well, the captain saw it.
Yes.
And then he said, the robot said, I was told that anybody that saw that address was killed. So if you didn't see the address, you were not killed.
Yes.
That was interesting. So
yeah. But the robot does have the memory of it. They're just going to have to figure out how. But yes, we learned something about the children. The young man, the Luke Skywalker character, Wim, is so disappointed because he thought his glorious adventure was just getting started, and now it's coming to an end, so he's disappointed. And Finn, we find out that she's overwhelmed, and she's having a hard time with this. Yes.
Big time.
Yes. And KB is catching a lot of stuff, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Neil, I don't know if this was a Neil-centric episode, but he is the most human, emotional one, I believe. I believe the better part of ourselves. That's Neil. And he makes connection with the inhabitants. And because of him, they're able to make it to the fallen sanctum.
And it's interesting. He is so sincere. And when he gave his food to the other kids,
yes,
that really made an impression on the girl.
The daughter of the chief.
The daughter of the chief. I mean, and then all the things that he said about there's another way, just don't fight all the time. Don't be at war. And then when they left and she said, you've given me basically something to think about when I get in charge. A different way. But, it sounds like they've been doing this for generations. Whenever the city fell, they've been at war ever since. They've known nothing else.
I imagine that whoever destroyed these worlds, these are the survivors.
Yes.
Of they're the inhabitants, but they're the survivors. Mm-hmm. And it could be generations ago. I mean, Michael, if we go by Star Wars lore, didn't they say somewhere that the Republic has stood for 1,000 generations?
It was a long time, and this was the old Republic. So it could have been a long time. And did you also notice when they got when they first met the daughter of the chief, they were hiding in a vehicle.
Yeah, it looked like one of the bus, I guess, or
the electric transport bus, just in horrible shape.
Yeah.
So I really believe, and I told you this before we started, I really believe that at least this world is patterned after Ad-Ad.
Didn't they all have the prefix at something?
All of them have at.
Yeah.
And when they said, buildings look similar, but they had different purposes than theirs did.
I may have.
Such as the tower. The tower. It was like they said that was the supervisor's realm, and in this it was something different, but the building was there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, For a moment, I was like, "Wait a minute, when was that?" Yeah, you're right. It's not that I missed it; it's just I didn't recall that.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting, and so then it makes me wonder if all of the worlds were all patterned the same.
They may have been patterned the same, but last week or the week, I think it was last week, didn't I postulate that like maybe Ad-Aden was the vault where it was like the safekeeping planet where they had the money, and then maybe the other planets were something else, the bases of the Republic. Michael, it's not like where you are, not far from you. You have secret locations that
I know,
operating. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's very possible, but it obviously has been like that for generations. I mean,
if it is correct, what my memory is that there have been for over 1,000 generations, the Republic has stood for over 70,000 years, at roughly 70 years a generation. So, but then that actually might not be a correct. Actually, that might be incorrect. But anyway, it still sounds good. It's still in the the thousands, in the tens of thousands.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. The episode was okay. I wasn't surprised by too much. Having the kids be not indoctrinated, but indentured into the service, it was okay. I appreciated how John returned and he traded, for those animals to trade away for the kids. So it was interesting. I find it hard to believe, though, that the Republic credits still had value on this planet.
Well, the one of them did say that they trade with other worlds for things, so they must use something, or they might get something.
Okay, that's very possible, because I thought I had heard the planet, the tribe leader, the dad, say that we don't concern ourselves with off-worlders or something like that,
except for trade. Yeah, of what they need.
I think we're going to end up seeing all the different worlds.
We very well could.
Yeah, where they're going to see if anyone knows of Ad-Aden, because that planet had the coordinates blasted.
Yes.
So,
but did they go everywhere and blast them?
So that remains to be seen. But they have the coordinates to the other 6 worlds, because there were 8 of them.
Yeah, I think so.
The planet that they're on, and then they have Ad-Aden, which was erased, and I believe it was 8 worlds, that the jewels of the Republic. So yeah, I could believe that. That's an interesting concept, that the Republic created these 8 worlds that were hidden from the rest of the Republic. I get that concept. That's a creative concept. We'll see.
Yeah.
Jack traded for the kids.
Wins money.
With Wins money, but he's not all that bad. He actually wants to get the kids home, because he could have flown away.
Yeah.
And he did not.
Or maybe the robot wouldn't let him too. He was the babysitter.
Well, that is true. Yeah. Oh, and when SM3 was beginning babysitting mode, come on, baby. I'm like, wow, what a jerk. That robot is a jerk, dude. I did find that a bit amusing. Very little humor in this episode. It was a serious story. And I get that.
Oh, that was the humor right there.
Yeah. I get that this story is directed to multiple generations. Not this story, but this series. I get that. So I'm still okay with it. I want to see where this goes. But this episode was a little on the simple side. It wasn't surprised by anything. And now we know that one of those core worlds was destroyed. So we'll see. It was okay. What else did we miss, Michael?
No, that's all I had.
Yeah.
I mean, I was hoping some of the other people that were going to come, but I have a feeling some had concerts, some it was a bad time of night, but I was hoping they'd come because one said they had taken notes. So I was like, yay, notes. I like notes. But I guess they couldn't make it. So that's a shame.
Yeah. Did you like the episode? Would you rate it yay or nay?
I say yay just because it had some tidbits that I thought were interesting. Was it action-packed? No. It moved slow.
Yeah, it did.
So, but as I said, it had information that I think was relevant for figuring out what the world this is all about.
There's a chance for these kids to get home. We just have to get the puzzle pieces there and put them together.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and are they going to get home this season? Because we did not see at Atten this episode. We've seen them the last 3 episodes, but we did not see the parents or anything else from Atten in this episode.
And this is one of the times that I thought about the preview, and there are things in the preview that haven't happened yet.
Yeah.
So, right. This is the first time we don't see what's going on at Atten. So I don't believe they're going to get home, obviously, but I believe that there will be some sort of contact. Something like Voyager, when the Doctor crossed that massive network and appeared on the Federation ship, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They'll make contact somehow. Not in the exact same way, but you get the idea. There's going to be some sort of contact. It's like, kids, we know you're out there. Keep the faith. Arr!
Yeah. Sounds like that.
Yeah.
Droid. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was done on purpose. Sorry. So, yeah.
Well, here's something weird to throw out. And I'm trying to remember back in the original movies.
Okay.
4, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
The walkers weren't they called AT-ATs? Or
yeah, AT-ATs, all-terrain armor transport.
Do you think that has anything to do with the name of these planets? Just a thought.
Well, it might be in that they are one of the worlds could have been an industrial world where they built all their stuff. I don't know. It could be. That's interesting. I don't see a
You don't think so? Okay. Well, I just thought the name is, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You type in SKEL on IMDb and Skeleton Crew comes up.
Oh, that's a scary thought.
By the way, folks, on IMDb, the rating is 7.2 out of 10. And its popularity is an 8. It's trending downward, but it's an 8. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat. So I'm looking on IMDb just deliberately for this episode right now. And I've got to give it to Jude Law. I just never would have expected him to be in a series like this. Jude Law is a phenomenal thespian. I love everything he's done. And seeing him here in this role, which I still don't know what he's doing in its entirety, that is so cool. This is a big name, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a big get, for lack of a better word. And this is really cool. As a matter of fact, if we go over to IMDb, Jude Law plays a character of Jod Na Nawud. Wim is played by Ravi Kavit Conyers. Neil, Neel. I thought it was Neil, but whatever. It's Neil. I get it. Robert Timothy Smith. Ryan Kira Armstrong is Fern. I said Finn. It's Fern. We did get KB correct. Kiriana Crater. And of course, Nick Frost plays the voice to SM33. And I believe Hannah, she's listed in one of the main roles right here. Hannah, she's played, oh no, that's the mom. I apologize. Or, no, is it? She plays...
Are you looking at the episode credits or the series?
No, this is a series credits,
Okay.
obviously. Yeah, sorry. She played Hala Finley. Hala Finley plays Hannah. And then we have a few other characters that I won't get into right now. But yes. Now, this is interesting. Casey Boroman is the performance artist for Neil. Robert Timothy Smith does the voice, I guess.
Probably, yeah.
I did not know that. Nick Frost does SM33 voice. Robert Ramsdell is the performance artist for SM33. So there are others listed in the primary. There's the Masked Boy. There's the Hatton Warrior. And, of course, there's a Troik Warrior who's uncredited. And, yeah. So, but if you see the preview, there are still some things that we have not seen.
Yeah. And we do have a comment, yeah.
And Lethal, thank you. He did tell me earlier that he'd caught up. The new episode made me laugh a lot. Neil should have been tough and charged into battle. Yeah, that was cool. Dude, I'm glad you were laughing. Yes. And I appreciate, I think Lethal Migraine mentioned to me last night that he'd caught up with the episodes. So thank you for that. Your thoughts, Lethal Migraine, at least on this episode? I thought it was a bit slow. I told Michael before we went live I had trouble watching it. I've seen it 3 times, but disjointed.
Not fully seeing it.
Not fully. I've seen the entire episode, but yeah.
The possum interrupted you.
Oh, I think it was. I suppose so.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on IMDb, apparently there's a little bit of trivia that the pirate ship doesn't use repulsorless for landing, indicating it is very old. It does use the engines to land.
Mm-hmm.
So, while being very hard to estimate with an accuracy, it must be at least 100 years old, likely older.
Yeah, that's what I figured, that because we talked about that it was buried at Atten, and there was a lot of growth on top of it. So it had been there a while. So
it lands by pivoting its sublight engines from horizontal to vertical, using the downward thrust of the vertical engines to slow the descent. Whereas most ships for at least the past century use repulsor lift technology to land, there are anti-grav generators and use fields of negative gravity called repulsor fields, which push against the planet's natural gravity. So yes, repulsor technology was first developed for use on smaller vehicles like speeder bikes. Okay, that's hardcore stuff right there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give a shout out, Michael Bednar. Thank you for the like on Facebook. Michael, if you're watching the series and you are awake, come on in, join us. Send him the link, Michael. Do you mind? If that's all right.
Oh, see what?
I didn't mean to tell you to do that.
He's going to bed, so I'm not even going to bother. This is just when he's going to bed. So
okay,
yeah.
Leave the microphones and say
he has to wake up at 5 to work. So
yeah, fair enough. That's what I said. The episode was a lot of nothing, but all the stupid situations the kids got into is what kept me laughing. So yeah, and they were getting caught in situations. So yes, that's cool. Look, I'm watching it. It is rare we get a series that's directed to the entire family. Star Wars was never directed to the entire family. Star Wars was specifically directed to the teens and preteens. That's what George, not unlike Harry Potter, she wrote for a young audience, which is why I believe she did very well. She treated her audience as smart and that they could figure this stuff out. And they grew up with her watching these movies. It was incredible. And with George Lucas, he directed these movies to kids, which was absolutely awesome. And that's his audience. Those are his fans. We're all adults now, also having kids. And our kids are beginning to have kids in Star Wars. So it is really nice that Skeleton Crew exists.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, other than the Ewok adventure and the battle for Endor, those were family stories. I don't know if there have been any others, huh, Michael?
I don't think so. What was that? Did you say the Ewok cartoon? Not the cartoon, live action series that was on for a little while? Wasn't there a live action one?
There were two movies that were on television.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
On Endor. It was after the battle, and it was a program directed at the entire family. They need to reboot Harry Potter and have Tim Burton direct them all. Let me tell you, I appreciate what they did with Harry Potter, but Tim Burton, yeah, that'd be creative. That would be. That man is incredibly talented. They may do a reboot, dude. So you never know.
You never know.
I've been hearing more and more that they're thinking of I'm like, why? But is Hollywood that out of? Hollywood is on borrowed time. The Hollywood that we know is on borrowed time.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Someone did.
No, it's not like it used to be.
Yeah, just look at the theaters. It's just not there anymore.
Nope.
And I am a fan of going to the theaters. I've seen every Star Wars movie on opening day, every Star Trek movie, Indiana Jones, Lord of the Rings. There have been many other movies. And I know that we had a guest on yesterday that talked about going to the theater experience and it being ruined. And I have seen some of that. So I try to avoid movies that are going to have younger kids there. And I go to times. I've been fortunate, but there are times that the experience is bad. But I miss opening. Michael, did you ever go opening night?
On some I have, yeah.
It was so festive, so exciting, because you have fans of the actor, the genre, the series, whatever.
Yeah.
I remember, I don't know if you saw Shrek 2 in the theater, Michael.
I did not. Mm-hmm.
I was lucky to do so. And there were moments that the audience was losing its mind at the jokes. And the audience would shut up listen, try to catch the next joke, and then burst into laughter again. It was that social experience that, too bad, just doesn't exist anymore. I miss it in a way. But I've attended almost every opening day movie of those series. I missed the last Aliens. This is the first Aliens movie that I do not see in the theater. Yeah. Getting old. But anyway. But not to go any further off track than I've done already. I'm in. I like the mystery. I appreciate that this series is directed at children. Actually, no, the entire family. It is. But this episode was a bit pedantic. So it was okay.
Yeah, I mean, it as I said, I think it's giving us some mysteries, trying to figure things out. We'll see what they do next. If they go to one of the other planets trying to find the coordinates for Atatin.
I think they are.
Or, they go back to the pirate depot and who knows?
You never know.
No, you never.
I do believe they're going to go to the other planets because there may be survivors there and they may be willing to talk. You never know.
No, you never know.
So, and there are some characters listed on IMDb that we have yet to see yet. And I think they're going to have major roles as well. I believe if the New Republic finds out about these kids, they're going to be interested in finding them as well as the Imperial remnants.
Oh yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
all the good stuff.
Yeah. So who knows? There may be an APB, a galactic APB, and maybe we'll even get. We might even get the bounty hunters involved. Lethal Migraine. Yeah, at least this episode. I like these kids. I do. I like seeing them in action, and I appreciate Jude Law. I'm not real happy with the robot, but it doesn't matter. It fits with the story that they're pirates. I'm okay with that. It doesn't annoy me like some people do. Remember, Michael, when Phantom Menace, how many people lost their mind over Jar Jar Binks? It's like, dude, let it go already. It's like, come on, man. But, hey, this Star Wars series, Skeleton Crew, is directed to the entire family, and I'm okay with it. This is probably the first series that I'm not watching with my daughter that would be directed to kids. And I'm trying to encourage her, but like I say, there's a lot of stuff going on in the family as well.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to give a shout out again to Michael Bednar. Thank you for the likes. Thank you, Hope. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Hope. I hope you're doing well. Or no, I hope you're doing well. It's an abuse of her name, and I apologize.
Do well.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. And there was another one that I kind of messed up when she visited on another program. That one was funny. That was an accidental play on her name. And so I always have to be careful because I don't want to mess it up. But thanks for stopping in. I'm still going to give it a plus on this for the episode. Oh. Yeah, we got that one. The series has been void of content, but it is cute. Meal need a few toughness tutorials from Baby Yoda. No, you mean Neil, right? Need a few toughness tutorials. Maybe so, yes. Hope says sick kid other than doing well. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. We are. Thank you. Well, Michael?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I hope everything's okay, Hope. And I hope your kids get better soon. And just in time for the holidays. Oh, man. Oh, boy, do I remember that.
Mm.
You start
but we are so off topic, but isn't it a shock?
I don't know if that was a personal reprimand or not.
Oh, of course it was.
And I'm all right with it. Yeah. I'll kidding aside. But we have reviewed the episode. Is there anything else that you wanted to add at this point, Michael?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. I will say that I didn't think we were going to last even this long, Michael, but I'm glad we did. I'm glad we talked about all those other items as well. And we'll see what happens. I will be keeping a low profile over the next few days as the holiday season comes in. And I'm looking forward to having a few days of rest myself. And we'll see what happens. On behalf of NDB Media, myself, my family, my extended family, we wish a wonderful holiday for you and yours. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy
Hanukkah.
Thank you. Oh my God, I forgot. I had the brain. It left me. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Boxing Day.
Happy Boxing Day. Happy Robonica. So, yeah, you guys got to look that one up. Mm-hmm. Michael's like, let it go, dude. But all kidding aside, and I have a tiny message for everyone. Folks, if someone wishes you a holiday greeting and it doesn't match with what your theme of the holiday is, your phrase, someone took the time to wish you well. That is awesome. It doesn't matter if it's Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. They're wishing you well. That is cool. And we need a lot more of that, don't we, Michael?
We do.
So I apologize if I use the improper greeting for the holiday, but that's why I try to include them all, and I appreciate Mike's help. Because, folks, it's us, man, on this rock. So tomorrow on Monday Night in America, I'm going to be going over some scientific endeavors, some discoveries this past year. I have some news from Consumer Reports, from Popular Mechanics, as well as some astro news having to do with the James Webb Space Telescope. We've got some stuff to go over tomorrow on Monday Night in America. And
you found that ad, didn't you?
Tomorrow on Monday Night America. You're funny, Michael. That was good. I appreciate it. And I didn't have a sharp response.
No, you didn't. I was surprised.
I'm a little tired, I suppose. But there was an incredible amount of astrophysical news this past year. And it's just amazing. And I think we're going to close out the year, at least on Monday Night America. Well, no, we have another one after that. But Monday Night America is going to be doing some of the, current event type thingies. And don't forget, on Saturday, January 4th at 9:30 on our dating and relationship program, we're going to go off topic and we're going to do Myers-Briggs, the personality type watching stuff. We're going to have a little bit of fun. So please join us, and that'll be cool. That'll be neat. And it's real neat. We're not going to do the test. We don't have permission to do so. But we have a website where you can take the test. I think it's like 20 questions. So it's a very quick. So I don't know, Michael, if you took the Myers-Briggs at school, but when I did, it was like 300 questions, dude. It was a lot. So this is only 20 questions. So it's kind of neat. Other than that, I'm good. Michael, any announcements?
No, everything's pretty much on hold until next year. So just keep an eye on ndbmedia.net, the main page, and see what guests may be coming up. People are very busy this time of year.
We're almost done with 2025, Michael.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the webpage under Talented Universe, I've got 2025 up there right now.
You do? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just happened to be the first one to schedule for 2025, and that just happened by accident. I scheduled the Andor series, and I scheduled this dating and relationship one for January 4th. And I think that's all I officially have. Well, I may have Monday Night America as well, but that's it. Or maybe Sports Talk with the Guys too. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, probably all of them.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I may have put them in. But we try to keep them only on a yearly basis. But folks, my goodness, we have a lot of stuff. Following us tonight at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, 10:30 p.m. The
Eastern people.
Episode 3 of the rewatch for Jamie and her crew on From. So they're doing deep dives back, and I will beat Jamie's record.
No.
I've done 5 hours plus, and I thought I actually did have the record for about 3-4 years. I did. No, 3 years. That record's been blown away by Jamie. She's done 7 plus. I think she did an 8-hour episode, didn't she?
I don't know. I haven't seen that one, but I know she's been 5, 6, and.
Oh well, she did a 7-hour one already.
Well, I missed that one, so.
Yeah, as did I. But if I look at this, I mean, she blew all of our NDB Media records away. And she did, just taking a quick look. It's been, okay. On December 8th, it was a 5-hour, 3-minute. I just think it's cool. It's like, I have to break that record. And she did 7 hours, 22 minutes for the finale of Breakdown.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And that, yeah, because of what's been going on.
Mm-hmm.
And she had done the 5 and 6 hour episodes before, 6 hours, 7 minutes. And yeah, like I say, good for her. Good for her. And 5 hours, 7 minutes. So she would just 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours. All right, time to play. So we'll see what we'll do. Lethal Migraine, thank you for stopping in. Michael Bednar, thank you for stopping in. Hope, thank you for stopping in. Everyone else who catches us after the fact, folks, it's a simple episode. It's not a shot against them. It's a necessary progression in telling the story. We've talked about this in the past. This episode had to happen to get to the next. It's not a failure on their part. It's just, it's okay. So I do give it a plus. It didn't fail. It's not a misfire. It's just, it's okay. And I think Michael did accept it as well as okay. And Lethal Migraine did enjoy it as well. Someday I will get bored and I will do a 12-hour NHL broadcast. Dude, you don't have to be on camera, and I will support you on that one. Oh, and Lethal Migraine, we are adding... Okay, all right. Well, I don't want to give you the start date, but I think I have 2 or 3 people that want to do hockey. So I don't know when. I'm in negotiations with them, so we'll see. But we're going to have, I think, a weekly hockey program. Other than that, Michael, that's it, right?
That's it, yeah.
Folks, again, may you be well, and I hope the holidays treat you well as well, and that you have a good time with your family and friends, loved ones, and all. And we'll see you guys real soon. Other than that, may the force be with you.